Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is episode 21 of Witcher 3. So, the poor court here is worried that
and it's past noon.
our misbehavior is gonna cost him some, or he's gonna be punished. How about let's accosting some of these ladies here?
Not only am I made to wait here like some
Oh.
supplicant.
Huh. How about, can we steal from this one? No, it's not worth it. It's a rusty bread knife. Can we get in here? Nope. Okay, now... Wow, this guy is walking so slowly. Might as well pick up all these stuff while we're here. Where's this guy? Oh, he's over here. Oh.
The gentleman will have time for a stroll later. Please stay with me. The gentleman will have time for a stroll.
Maybe once we come back out, it will respawn. So might as well.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
That will sharpen yet. Yes? Then transcribe. The true authority in Novigrad is not the city council or the merchants guild, but the Church of the Eternal Fire and the criminal underworld. At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display a similar ruthlessness and cynicism that...
Please wait, Your Excellency. I'm falling behind.
You know what? I'll write the report myself. I need only prepare a clean draft.
What shall become of Temeria? We can read this later, right? For now, we can pick up this stuff and hope nobody notices. Ooh, what's that? Horse hide.
A Vedimin, directly out of northern tales.
I think Yennefer might be here. Yep, she is.
Geralt, that tunic, you look positively smashing.
Dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
So they're agents now?
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons and instead focus on finding Ciri. All right?
Right. Emir said the Wild hunts after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt. Before the Wild Hunt does.
So where's Ciri been seen?
So where's Ciri been seen exactly?
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords? Secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconformed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Before we part, why didn't you contact me earlier?
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse?
Jeez.
Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
Time to get going.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Velen, get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece. I shall be waiting.
Okay, now that... Okay, let's steal whatever we can steal here. She who knows. That's locked. Oh, she just walked through. Whoa! We need that spell. I want to have that spell. Oh, this is about Cirilla Fiona Ellen Rhiannon, born in 1251, heiress to the throne of Sintra, Princess of Brugge and Duchess of Sodden, heiress to Innis Ard Skellig and Innis an Skellig, and suzerain of Atre and Ab-Yara, daughter of Pavetta and the urchin of I don't know, in Emir Var Emrys, granddaughter of the famous lioness of Sintra. Okay. Okay, how about the letter to Yennefer? Thank you for your letter. Forgive me for not answering your earlier attempt to reach me via Megascope. Megascope? I'm trying to limit my magic communication to the absolute minimum. One never knows who's listening. Don't you agree? I'm delighted you have found a position at our gracious Emperor's court and wish you the best luck in their search for his daughter. It's good to know that Emir's intention for her have become more, how shall I put it, mundane. Perhaps in these circumstances an agreement regarding the lodge will prove possible after all. In addition to your first question, I can state beyond any doubt, all doubt, that Ciri has not appeared anywhere south of the Yaruga. Believe me, I could recognize her magic signature in my sleep. I have not had any contact with Triss for a long time. I only know that things in Novigrad have taken an ill turn. She mentioned something earlier about fleeing to Kovir, but I am afraid that in the current political climate, that amounts to an impossible dream. I hope I will soon be able to join you in Vizima. First, however, I must take care of some unfortunate yet urgent matters in Beauclair. With my fondest regards, Vringilla Vigo. P.S. Thank you for the news about Geralt. He always seems to land on his feet. Oh, people are talking about us. The Wild Hunt. Okay, we need to read this because these are the guys we're going to go up against. From farmers and herdsmen, milkmaid to wives, midwives, all the common folk of the continent whisper, sharing tales of a wraithly procession pounding across the sky. The Wild Hunt, they call it. Winds and gales, storms and blizzards arise. When it is sighted and all grows cold, though the sun shone bright moments before, some remember only the cold from the shock of the encounter, and claim the riders come always in winter. But nay, this is not so. The hunt brings its own ice. Winter's coming. Death and war gallop in its wake, or so the superstition goes. Yet, evil enough is the hunt itself. It takes folk captives, youths, most often, in the prime of their wilding years, with 10 to 20 summers behind them. The hunt ushers in and they disappear, only to return long years later with no memory of what passed in the time between. A sword for witches. Who are the hunters, you ask? Oh, we have 2 of these now. Rusty bread knife. What's this? Oh, this is series of picture. Can we not take this?
Scars healed nicely.
The collected verses of Gonzal. Let's take it. Read. Oh, it's a poem. The last wish. Human life requires 3 things for its sustenance: food, drink, and gossip. It is thus no wonder that no matter where I travel, be it icebound Provis or Evergreen to Saint, everyone asks me about the passions and that bind Geralt and the sorceress Yennefer of Vengenberg. As a man both cautious and discreet, I refuse to betray their secrets, with one important exception. The history of their first encounter is so extraordinary, so romantic and moving, that it would be a veritable crime to hide its light beneath a bushel basket. Indeed, had I not witnessed these events in person, I would never believe there was room in our grim and dark world for such fantastic marvels. It all began when Geralt and I were feeling a bit peckish and unburdened by heavy coin pouches, decided to fish our supper out of a lake. No bites were to be had, but we did not leave empty-handed. My hook snagged quite a lovely little pot. Oblivious to my friend's warnings, I opened it, and in doing so, freed a powerful djinn. Without giving it much thought, I set about proclaiming my wishes. Before I could get to 3, however, the djinn, irritated, I see now in hindsight, at being issued demands so soon after waking, began to throttle me. Geralt was able to drive him off, and I was left in a sorry state. I acted, the Witcher told me later, as though under the influence of some curse. Clearly, the help of an expert in the magic arcana would be needed. It was our good fortune that Yennefer of Vengenberg happened to be staying in a nearby village. Geralt went to her to ask that she heal his best friend, who happened also to be the brightest star in North's poetic firmament. Yennefer, however, was more interested in the djinn, which she wanted to trap into magic servitude, than in its victim. and it should be said, played the Witcher like a well-strung mandolin. Yet rather than grow angry after being used in such a calculating manner, he fell white head over muddy boots in love with her. What happened then? Well, I won't go into details. Suffice to say that Yennefer's plan hardly delighted the Jinn, and without its cooperation, she proved unable to tame it. The sorceress would surely have met a tragic end and taken all of Rinde along with her had Geralt not instead rushed to her rescue. For once, he did not need to draw either of his blades to send the Jinn packing. He had but to pronounce the third and final wish. He could have asked for anything, wealth, fame, power, but instead he asked the Jinn to bind his faith to that of the arrogant yet intriguing sorceress from Vegenberg. Julian Alfred Parkratz, Viscount of Letterhove, born... Wow, that's pretty good, actually. A sword for the witches. We have that also. How about this one? Ooh, cavalry boots. Yes, yes. Insectoid oil. Empty bottle. Okay. Do we go all the way from here? Yes, we did. Now let's talk to the guy before everything goes... Before we leave. A portrayal of the elder races. What is a non-human? The answer is simple. As the very name suggests, it is something which resembles and yet nevertheless is not a human. Though it walks on two legs and speaks a tongue similar to our own and dresses in similar attire, it all the same has more in common with base beasts than noble man. Dwarves are like moles. They feed best underground and avoid direct sunlight. They like to live in filth, forever smudging themselves in mud and slime. Halflings, for their part, are more reminiscent of gophers. Elves, in turn, seem related to the birds of prey that dwell in far-off Zerrikania. I don't know. All these vile so-called elder races are, to our great fortune, slowly dying out. Joy fills the heart of every right-thinking man. What misogynist? Dwarves, halflings. Okay, let's talk to this guy. He said, Yennefer said.
Ambassador Varatra, Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
Okay. How's the war going?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirne was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
Huh. Wow.
What about Kavir?
Kavir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
Wow. What's the situation in Velen?
How do things look in Velen?
As bad as ever, perhaps worse. This land never flowed with milk and honey, and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
I love
Well,
this.
to be honest, our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
What's new in
Any
Novigrad?
news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants.
Oh, yeah, ouch.
I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
How about Skellige?
What's new in Skellige?
Skellige.
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
Okay, looks like it's time for us to go. Let me cut the episode right here. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you will join me in the next episode. Bye!